Welcome to the press conference on the naming of the Library Plaza. Welcome to today's significant announcement. As the director of the Houston Public Library, I am honored to represent the City of Houston in local, state, and national initiatives. Our library is one of the best in the nation, and in large part, that is a reflection of the mayor's commitment to our public libraries and the contributions they make to the quality of life in our city. Our city's library system offers a wide variety of programs that focus on the needs of diverse communities. Specifically, in the programmatic areas of youth services, job readiness, digital inclusion, and special collections. One element that unifies all of these very unique but essential services is literacy. Literacy is the key to success at every stage of a person's life. Children are more successful in school if they have reading readiness by the time they enter kindergarten. This preparation begins at birth with parents reading and singing to their children. Research tells us that students are more successful if they have books in the home. This is something many of us take for granted. Some communities in Houston have only one book for every 300 children. The Houston Public Library provides several initiatives to help get books in the hands of as many children as possible. Programs such as Groom for Literacy, where community barbershops promote reading and offer access to little free libraries, and the recent launch of the Learning Link that provides both physical and virtual access to over 215,000 HISD students through their student ID without any fees or fines. Both these initiatives are examples of making books and information more accessible to students. But literacy is not just an important focus in childhood. In the Houston area, 1 in 5 adults is functionally illiterate. Through collaborations with a number of partners, the Houston Public Library offers classes and tutorials where adults can learn how to read without social stigma. Literacy impacts everything we do, from finding a job to successfully navigating the internet. Literacy is the core component of our library system, and collectively as a community, we must elevate the importance of literacy to the highest level. I am thrilled to say that is why we are here today. I now have the distinct pleasure to introduce our mayor, Sylvester Turner, to reveal a very special announcement.
Let me thank you, Dr. Lawson, and certainly this morning I'm standing with the Mayor Pro-Tem Ellen Cohen and the Vice Mayor Pro-Tem Jerry Davis, and the Council Member Amanda Edwards. So you know when we have the Mayor Pro-Tem and the Vice Mayor Pro-Tem and the City Council person at large, it must be an important announcement here this morning. So thank you, Dr. Lawson, and to all of the members of your staff who make that essential work a reality. Literacy is essential, period. It is a cornerstone to being successful, and a community with a high literacy rate also has high productivity and even higher incomes. That is the future of the City of Houston. Our elevated focus on literacy begins today. I have the distinct pleasure to announce a transformation just across McKinney Street. The Library Plaza is the gateway to the Central Library and the historic Julia Iderson building. Over 650,000 library patrons pass through the plaza to access library services, and hundreds of thousands visit the plaza during the downtown events, such as charity walks, parades, festivals, outdoor exhibitions, and city occasions. We will transform that useful space into something exceptional, and it will become a destination in its own right, a destination that focuses on our community to literacy. There is one person in Houston whose name is synonymous with literacy. She has dedicated her life to public service, and after leaving the White House in 1989, the year in which I started the legislature, she focused on her passion for literacy. This exceptional hometown hero, or I should say shero, has not sought out public notoriety. However, she deserves a public space to honor her significant achievements, not only to this city, but this state, and quite frankly, to our country. The new Barbara Bush Literacy Plaza will become the physical focal point for literacy in Houston. It will elevate the importance of literacy and serve as a reminder of what one person can do with a lifetime of commitment to a particular cause. This could not happen without the generous support of our community. Houston is a giving community. I couldn't be prouder of our leading citizens and corporations. The campaign is off to a tremendous start, and I encourage additional involvement. Your donations doesn't just add bricks and mortar to a downtown space. You are sending a clear and transformational message that literacy is a priority of this community. I now have the esteemed honor to introduce the families and corporations that make our community a great place to live. Neil Bush is the chairman of the Barbara Bush Houston Literacy Foundation, whose mission is improving lives through the power of literacy. Claudia, is that Kreisel? Kreisel is the director of philanthropy, communications, and public affairs for Phillips 66. And Cindy Cannavaro, did I get that? You did. Okay. Cindy represents Janice and Bog McNair. I want to thank them all for joining us today. And I want to thank them all for their generous contribution. Houston is great not because of buildings. Houston is great because of people who invested their time and their resources. And I am honored now to introduce to you Neil Bush. Neil?
Thank you. Mayor Turner, Mayor Pro-Tem, Vice Mayor Pro-Tem, thank you all for your service, and thank you for bestowing this fabulous honor on my mother. I also want to thank the foundation leadership, Leisha and Sally, and Dr. Lawson, of course. You all have shown, along with the City Council, great wisdom in selecting the First Lady of Literacy as the namesake for this amazing plaza redevelopment that's going to take place across the street. My mother has always, in her long philanthropic life, understood that everyone is born with a great God-given potential. And you can't possibly realize that God-given potential if you aren't age-appropriate literate. If you're struggling as a student, underperforming as a reader, you're not likely to succeed in school. If you're struggling as an adult, your life's going to be limited with low literacy. And so to have a plaza named the Barbara Bush Literacy Plaza to lift up her legacy, hopefully will inspire others to make it their legacy too. And I know that Julie Baker-Fink, who runs the Barbara Bush Houston Literacy Foundation, joins Maria and me in thanking the library for our great partnership in trying to make Houston a model for how we can lift lives through literacy. So on behalf of my mother and the entire Bush family, thank you for this great, great honor. And let me just share one more bit of good news. When Sally and Leisha and Dr. Lawson came to my mother's home and said, "Can we name the plaza after you?" My mom, of course, immediately accepted with some humility, but not much. And so after they left, my mom and dad spoke and agreed that they wanted to be participants in the kickoff of the campaign. So they've agreed to give $500,000, which is a nice gift. I said, "Mom, are you sure? What about the inheritance?" And he said, "You can't." Thank you, Mayor. They insisted that it was the right thing to do. Anyway, thank you all very much. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you to this great city for recognizing my mom in such a special way.
Thank you.
And now Claudia with Phillips 66.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Claudia Kreisel, and I'm here representing Phillips 66 in my role as Director of Philanthropy. Speaking for my 14,000 colleagues, we at Phillips 66 are proud to contribute $500,000 to the Houston Public Library to support the new Barbara Bush Literacy Plaza. We applaud the great work that Mrs. Bush does to advance literacy, and we share her belief that reading is the skill that makes all other learning possible. Instilling a love of reading at an early age builds the imagination and opens the doors to the world. It's truly one of the greatest gifts we can offer children. Advancing literacy is also an investment in developing tomorrow's leaders, an investment in our shared future. Mrs. Bush's work has helped improve the lives of countless families across the country. Her work aligns perfectly with our company's commitment to the prosperity and well-being of people and the communities in which we do business. And so we're delighted that our contribution will honor her lifetime of exceptional public service. Thank you.
And now Cindy representing the McNairs.
Thank you, Mayor Turner, and to the Pro-Tems. Thank you, Tim's, Pro-Tems.
It's a new singing group.
Sounds like a music group, doesn't it? Well, we got something new going here in Houston. It's a pleasure to be here, and also to the Library Foundation. What an exciting day for you. It's really a wonderful day for literacy, and it's a wonderful day for our always First Lady. I had the pleasure of working with the First Lady and her president and our president many, many years ago. And I can tell you firsthand, she is tenacious. And when she decides to make a change, change will happen. And ladies and gentlemen, in the field of literacy, over the last 30-plus years, earthquake change has happened across this nation. And it is due to her effort and her family and people like you. And when you think about what has happened in the last 30 years, my goodness, imagine what's going to happen in the next 30 years. And as Neil said, this will provide a new starting point and a new rallying point. And when you look at the number of people that come through Houston, it's an amazing thing to be a part of. So I congratulate the foundation, I congratulate the city, and on behalf of Robert and Janice McNair, I am so pleased to announce that Janice and Bob have committed $500,000 also to help get this endeavor started. Barbara and George Bush have been their very dear personal friends for a long, long time, and the four of them share an enduring passion for all things education. So they asked me to send their personal best wishes and hearty congratulations to your mother, Neil, if you'll convey that to them. And to all, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this, and for the McNairs, and we wish you all the best. We can't wait till the ribbon cutting.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today and sharing in our bright vision of the future. On behalf of the Houston Public Library Foundation and the City of Houston, we are fortunate to have you in our community. Thank you for your phenomenal work in helping others. The Barbara Bush Literacy Plaza will offer a new venue on the west side of downtown to sit and enjoy a meal over the noon hour and relax in comfortable surroundings on a beautiful day, almost like today. The plaza will become a destination similar to Discovery Green or Margaret Square for both visitors and residents. However, the Barbara Bush Literacy Plaza is a space with deeper purpose. In addition to honoring our First Lady, Barbara Bush, the plaza will serve as a physical focal point for literacy in Houston. Every day, thousands will be reminded that literacy is a cause that can be solved, and those resources are in every corner of our greater Houston community through the doors of the Houston Public Library. Work on Phase 1 began in September, and I would be remiss if I didn't thank and recognize the City of Houston and the Downtown Redevelopment Authority, and Ryan Leach is here with us today, for joining with the Houston Public Library Foundation in this collaborative venture. As well, we wouldn't be here today without the tireless support of our Library Foundation's Board of Directors, many of them who are with us here at the front, and our donors, especially Susan Garwood with the Susan Vaughn Foundation. Today marks the starting point for Phase 2. Envision 2 reading gardens alongside the Central Library, one for children and another for adults, a cafe bistro with seating under shade trees, a jumbo viewing screen for public movies and other significant visual events, and an art lawn for traveling exhibitions. The Barbara Bush Literacy Plaza will be a welcoming space that continues to extend the library's mission outside of its physical walls and into the outdoors. Our goal is to raise $5.5 million in contributions, and thanks to the gifts today, we now only have $4 million to go. The Library Foundation will be engaging our local philanthropists, business members, and especially our library patrons to unite behind the cause and contribute a personally significant donation. This could be a donation of $1 million or $5, depending upon individual resources. Yet every donation brings the Barbara Bush Literacy Plaza one step closer to completion. When we met with Mrs. Bush at her home, as Neil had shared, she had only one request, and that was that we complete this campaign quickly so that she will be able to experience the completed transformation. The library wants to do that just for her, and we want to conclude our fundraising and begin construction in 2017. The Houston Public Library thanks all of you for your involvement. Just as the Houston Public Library links you to the world, the Library Foundation links you to our cause. You may learn more about the Houston Public Library Foundation and our support of the library programs and secure ways to donate online at houstonpubliclibrary.org. We are happy to take any questions at this time. Thank you.
And if there are no questions, then I certainly, again, I want to thank you all for being here. Dr. Lawson, thank you. I want to thank the Bush family. I want to thank Phillips 66. I want to thank Robert and Janice McNash, and thank you. Please extend them our thanks to all of the board members. And let's just say, I think we heard Ms. Bush request that it be done quickly. And so this $4 million, let me set a timetable. I think we can do it in about 90 days, okay? So that's,
No pressure.
the worst thing we can do is have a plaza dedicated to Ms. Bush for literacy, for the work that she's done over 30 years, and not move expeditiously to get it done. And in the city that I know, and the city that I love, the resources are here to get it done. And I think we need to honor the request. So I think 90 days is more than enough to get it raised and completed. So thank you for coming, and happy holidays to everyone, okay?